Are there taboo subjects at all in San Francisco State? Anything you can...
That's a good question. I don't know.
What if a porn filmmaker wanted to learn how to use equipment in San Francisco, go for his degree, to make really nice porn?
I'm sure there's some people who've studied there who've gone into the porn industry.
But I mean, can they use it for their thesis? I don't think so.
No, but you do see some nudity in some of the films that you would normally not see in commercial films.
Right.
So you are able to express yourself any which way you can. The things that we kind of censor among ourselves is not being, how can I say, trying to be a little bit more political correct about the images that we put out, because we do take some courses in critical theory to see how those images affect people.
Really?
So
that's being very responsible.
Yeah.
That's. I was going to ask about the kind of curriculum at San Francisco State. For instance, do they teach you how to be a producer, how to do a budget? Do they teach? I mean, when you graduate, are you ready to like hit the pavement, go out running with your head start of having a degree in film, knowing what's out there, being prepared for it? John.
More or less. I'm kind of aware of what's out there. But
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of pick things up as you go. I mean, we do find things out as we do them, so.
But I mean, like, is there a course in how to find backers?
There was, actually.
There is a distribution course that is taught by Pat Ferrero during the weekend that talks about how to distribute your film. There is another course that Henry Rosenthal has been trying to teach, but there's no money for it this semester.
That's funny, because Henry's a producer. He should know where to get the money. If they can't find the money for a producer's thing, that's kind of spooky. That's very catch-22 here.
Yeah. It's sort of guerrilla academics, though. We'll get it to happen, I'm sure.
And it all depends on what your interests are, because film encompasses so many things. You know, you can concentrate on cinematography, you can concentrate on just doing camera. I think they give you the basics, and then you have to go out there and work out there, volunteer at first, and maybe get paid gigs afterwards when you get
volunteer
better.
on other films, you mean, for the other
That's how
students.
you learn. You learn by doing, mostly.
Right. But I mean, I'm sure they show you the technical aspects. But did you have a course on dealing with rejection?
No.
A course on being lied to by agents and producers? Avoiding bad contracts? I heard this one. Let me tell you a story.
I'm having second thoughts.
This one guy did this. Well, no, I mean, just to be prepared for this.
Sure.
This guy was offered a contract for his film by Trauma Pictures. And he read he showed
Trauma?
Trauma.
Okay.
Okay, you know Trauma.
No, I don't know. It's just the first time.
It's like
the
Beach
name.
Nazis Die or
film,
something.
yeah.
They did buy Las Vegas in Space, and they distributed it.
That was a fine film.
Yeah. And so he reads this contract. He says, this contract says, I pay you. It's like if they rented a theater for the film to be shown in, and they didn't make enough to cover it, the filmmaker would have to cover it.
Wow.
Nice deal.
He said no. But anyway, so you are just going to do stop-action animation. Is that your thing?
That's a lot of what I'd like to go into.
That's the thing.
Yeah. I'm probably going to end up doing that on the side, as like it's a passion of mine. But I'll probably do 3D computer animation, like Pixar stuff, for work.
So you'll do computer as well as the stop-action.
Yeah.
And you did narrative, you did documentary, you did, I call it experimental when it's neither narrative or documentary. It's ethereal, poetic. Are you sticking with, what pigeonhole do I put this in?
I don't know. It's hard for me when I send out Brown to festivals. Some festivals put it in experimental and some put it in narrative. So it's kind of just up to the person programming. And I'm really open to both genres. I don't want to limit myself in that respect.
To experimental through narrative.
And documentary maybe
and
too.
documentary.
So, yeah. So that's probably why I will be an educator, because I won't be facing just the Hollywood narrative style, which is
The stuff where you make
that's
big
where
money.
the marketplace is. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, who knows?
And you're all going to stay in San Francisco?
For now.
It's a good place to be for now. Yeah. So,
No commitments here.
commitments.
Of what sort?
Yeah.
Well, I hate to see these filmmakers leave. I understand, but it changes you, doesn't it? I mean, you make a certain kind of film when you live in San Francisco, but if you move to LA, doesn't the film change? Don't the artistic endeavors change? And haven't we lost filmmakers here who will no longer be using local cast and crew and facilities? Is everything here that you need?
Yeah, pretty much so, I think.
He
For
says,
now.
yeah. He nodded.
For now, yeah.
Oh, what do you need that isn't here in the future?
I don't know what's not going to be here in the future.
I mean, what? Well, yes. Okay. You answered that right.
I'm just hoping the work's going to stay around, for me in particular.
Have you kept track of the kind of work that's going on here, and if there is enough?
Yeah, I think right now there's still a big animation boom going on.
There is.
Hollywood animation boom in the Bay Area.
I read that Pixar is making more feature-length films, and well, ILM. Oh, they're kind of busy right now with this Star Wars thing, but they don't make like animation. Well, yes, Star Wars is an animation movie, I guess, with a couple of actors running through it a little bit, and there are more coming up. There's 2 more coming up, and if he lives long enough, there'll be 3 more after that. But so, do you go? How do people respond to a resume that says San Francisco State and the work you did in San Francisco State? What is the competition like out there now for you guys? Well, you don't have to worry. You got your teaching job.
Well, it's been really interesting, and I always encourage other students to do what I did. I went out and I did an internship at Searchlight Films, which is based at the Fantasy Building in Berkeley.
Yeah.
And that's where I learned how to edit digitally with the Media 100. And there's another system that we teach at school called the Avid, too. And I've been getting work ever since outside of
So
state.
it does help to intern,
Mhm.
working for free.
That's how you learn, and I actually have a lot of things lined up in terms of editing
Great.
for the summer. So
So you would say it was worthwhile going to San Francisco State,
yes, it is definitely great
Do it
being
all.
here in San Francisco.
and the school did what it was supposed to do?
For me, it did, yeah.
I haven't found out yet. I start looking for work in a couple weeks. So.
What? Get back to me on this. Would you let me know what happens? The audience will care. They do.
His
Yeah,
friend,
yeah, I'll let him know.
Yeah.
Okay.
his friend will want to know.
And call in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
his friends who
Brian.
only call him on TV shows. We're ending up with another one of Jorge Oliver's films called Uranus in the Seventh House, which is a total narrative.
Yes,
Absolute narrative, no documentary, and you were there during the shooting of it.
yes.
As
I
opposed
was
to-
there. I did a lot.
Thank you all 3, and I expect to see you back on this show regularly with all the work you're putting out.
Wonderful.
Sure.
I'll give you my card.
Okay.
Thank you so much for inviting
Thank
us.
you.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
And I hope
Cinepalooza.
Yes.
Cinepalooza,
Come
don't
to
forget, Cinepalooza is, am I still on? I'm still on. Okay, Cinepalooza is Friday, May 21. That's this Friday.
7 p.m.
Speak faster.
7 p.m. at the McKenna Theater.
You killed me there.
Happened? Well, he was very unhappy, and we just happened to, What about this guy? He said he loved you, but he left you for another man? Interesting. I loved him. It felt right. Honey, why do you keep doing this? What? Choosing the people who can't love you back. I don't know. I guess I've never thought of it that way. No. You need to be stronger. You deserve better. Ah.